Welcome everybody to week 11 of At the Line Racing. I am your host, Inspector Tyler, and welcome to Inspector Tyler Gaming. This week we're going to be starting off with the Truck Series Racing. We will then move on to the Xfinity Series, if I understand correctly. We will be viewing shortly. Give us just a moment while we get this all ready to go. Trying to get here to the spectator point, guys. If it will, if it'll let me, that is. Hoping it didn't just put me in a car, and we will go from there. All right. We are good to go. We will be trying to find a good camera angle. That's what we'll be doing. Alright. And in first place here we have the 41 of Cards 550. Second. Cards. Nope, not Cards. This is my first time doing this. I'm so nervous right now. Okay, Cards 550 is in the first place right now. The number 41 truck. The number 4 we have Harvick for Pollock. In the 54 car we have Tony NASCAR 14. In the 16 we have Trey 9989. In the coming to the 918 car we have Clapped Goblin. 52 of Steven Smith. 21 of Tret 7934. Looks like at the back here we have the number 18 car. Don't know what's going on there. In first place we still have Cards. And let's get back up to the chase for first. Right behind Cards here. Looks like he's making a pass on the bottom side. We have Harvick Cards into the wall. It's going to drop back to 5th place, I believe that was. Coming on to turn 2, I believe it is. We still have Harvick in the lead here. But it looks like that number 28 car is going to be making a move on the high side. Oh, contact. We have, let's see what number. Number 54 going out into the grass on the back stretch and up into the wall on turn 3. I'm not certain, but I believe that's going to be a caution. It's a race to the finish line. Oh, and we have the number 28 car going up into the wall, coming back down into the 41 of cards. And that is a yellow flag. Let's inspect that damage done to the car here. The number 52. Looks like it's going to be some front left damage on the bumper there. Possibly some engine damage, some wheel damage, something like that. Some damage on this, the number 54 car as well. And we are coming back to the green, or yellow, coming back to the start of the race. With our lineup, it's going to be the number 4, followed by the 28 in second place, 54 in third, cards in fourth. And we are going. Going into turn 1 here, we have cards in the lead. Sorry, not cards. We have Harvick in the lead. Got some trucks going up into the wall there off of turn 2. Down the back stretch, Harvick is still in the lead. Got some cars here looking to make some passes for second and third. But Harvick is keeping his position. Coming off of turn 4 here, we have cars bumping off into each other and wrecking down pit lane. Looks like that was the number 16 and the 18 wrecking there. What I believe is going to be going back into the yellow, we have Harvick, followed by the 54, the 52, the 28, and then in the 41 of cards. Don't know what happened here. It looks like the 16 has wrecked coming, or slid or something coming out of pit lane. Behind him you can see the pack moving in. Let's get back to this pack, see what they're going to be doing coming off of turn 2. Still got some very tight racing going on here as they catch back up with the people in the back here. We could be seeing the first people being lapped in this race. We have cards coming in low there right off of turn 4. Looking to make a pass for second. Cards breaking away. Believe that was hitting the wall there as well. Coming back around onto turn 2 is what they're going to be coming out of now. Still have yet to catch back up with that lap traffic. Cards is looks like is trying to make some move. Doesn't have the window. They're going to be going 2 wide, 3 wide down the backstretch, wrecking behind them. Looks like everyone recovered A-okay. They're going to be coming 2 wide into the front stretch. And it looks like Harvick has lost his position to the number 16. Caution was called. Let's wait and see what the lineup's going to be. See if it looks like we have any traffic going into pit lane. We have the traffic coming off the backstretch here. The lap traffic catching back up. It looks like Cards is pit. And we have a new race leader. The lineup has changed. We have the 28 of Goblin coming here to start us off with the green flag. So we're going to have the 28 in first, the 16 in second, and it's hard to tell who's in second or third right now as there's a race for that position. The 28 of Clapped Goblin coming back here to turn 3, going into turn 3 now. Looks like there's going to be number 16 and 4 looking to make a pass, but it looks like that pass has been blocked. The number 18 here has crashed into the wall coming off turn 3, but no caution was called. Some bumper-to-bumper action going on here, back at last place. 6th place. You can see here some racing for first place between the 28 and the 18. 18's peeking, looking for that opportunity. Bumps him. Coming into, bumps him in the turn 3 and 4, but fails to make the pass. Coming around here, going back into turns 2 and 3. Everyone riding that bottom line to the best of their ability. The 28 here just trying to keep first place. Looks like there's going to be some 2 wide racing coming into turns 3. Some bumper to bumper action going on there between the 18 and the 16. 16 going below the yellow line and the 28 going below the yellow line. We possibly see a pit? No, we did not. That 28 there of Goblin taken off. You can see the 16 here of Trey and the 54 of Tony NASCAR trying to pack up here and catch back up with the leader. Looks like Harvick peeking for a chance to get into that third place position. Does not appear to be able to make it. Trying to catch some of that side draft off of Tony there. We have a move by the 16 to get first place here. Let's see if he gets it. He does get it. Him and Tony NASCAR take first and second place. The 28 of Goblin dropping all the way back to fourth. We have Harvick taking third place. Some bumper to bumper pack racing here as the 28 of Goblin tries to catch up. Fifth place currently is held by Cards. And last place is the number 18 who's, I would reckon it's probably something to do with this damage here, but we don't necessarily know the what impacts this is imparting on the 18 here. We have the 52 here, right behind Cards. Jumping back up here to the race for first place, we got some two wide racing here. Looks like Tony and Steven, I believe it is, going for that first place, and we have Tony taking first place coming around that checkered line. And it looks like he's also separating from the pack a little bit, which could be good for him. He's got all the fresh air that he may need right now. You got the pack of Trey, Harvick, and Goblin attempting to make a move to take back that position. All four of these racers here have been in first place. Got some three wide racing coming off of turn 4. Correction. Coming across the checkered line here, you have Tony maintaining first place. Some two wide action going back there between the pack of Harvick and Goblin, with the 52 of Steven. Sorry, 16 of, well, I'm still learning these numbers. We have the 54 here trying to maintain its lead. The 16 right behind him, bumper to bumper, coming off of turn 4, sorry. Tony here going below the yellow line. We have some pack racing coming up here, going into turn 1. Going through turn 1 here, looks like that Harvick and Goblin trying to peek and possibly pass Tony, and still trying to figure out who that other driver is. We have Harvick going up into the wall here, coming off of turn 4. Still bumper to bumper between the 54 and the 15. 16, you can see him peeking around the 54 of Tony, trying to figure out a place to get around him. We have the number 4 of Harvick dipping low into that yellow line. Not entirely sure what happened there. But to me, from what I think I saw, it looked like the 28 of Goblin and the 4 of Harvick got into each other. 54 coming off of turn 2. That 15 still sitting there trying to peek around and possibly take first place here. Some intense racing going on here between the 54 and the 15. See Tony going low below the yellow lines, coming back up and having contact with that 15 there. We have the 16 of Trey just trying to make every move he can to get around the 54 of Tony here. You can see him peeking left, peeking right. Going into turn 1 here. Now into turn 2. Coming out of turn 2 as we speak. Now I believe coming off these backstretch and coming off of turns 3 and 4 is where we're going to see a lot of our moves, though we have seen a move made into turn 1 and 2, and you can see Tony got too low and is going to be giving up his first position to the 16 of Trey, dropping possibly all the way back down into the wall. Tony trying to get back there into that 3rd place. You have contact between the 54 and the 4 of Harvick. Tony's going to be dropping back into 4th place with our new race leader of Trey. Right behind him is the 28 of Goblin with the 4 of Harvick. And then followed by the 54 of Tony. Next here we have what looks to be Cards, followed by the 52, followed by the 18. Going back here to our pack, we have the battle for 2nd place going on between the 28 of Goblin, who just goes up into the wall, wrecking coming off of turn 4. Correction, going into turn 1. Looks like that's going to be a yellow flag with our new race leader of Kevin Harvick. Correction, with our new race leader of Harvick. It'll be interesting to see what these racers do coming around what I believe is the final stretch, though I'm not entirely certain what lap we're on. See if we can see any damage done to these vehicles on our hood cams. You can see the NOS Energy car had some front right damage done to it. Oh, that was Reset. In 1st place we have Harvick. 2nd place we have Tret. 3rd place we have Trey. 4th place we have Card. 5th place we have Steven. 6th place we have the 54 of Tony. In 7th place we have the 18 of Clapped Goblin. And that will do it for our Truck Series race. Up next, we have the Xfinity Series race, which will get started shortly as the drivers get to their car and the track is cleared. Seems as though that I managed to have some mix-ups there with the vehicles. My apologies. If anyone watching would like to is possibly interested in joining this league, you can contact myself, Inspector Tyler, or Cards550 for questions coming into the series. Our races are hosted on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We have Extreme Series Dirt and our Truck Series on Monday. We have our Xfinity Series races on Tuesday. And we have our Cup Series on Thursday. As time increases, my commentating skills will increase, so I do apologize for the poor job I'm currently doing. This is my first time ever being an esports broadcaster, and I hope you will return and enjoy the series. I'm looking to do some other games here, other than just NASCAR Heat 3 here. Looking to be doing some Red Dead Redemption 2 soon. Possibly some Rainbow. And more. As we can see, coming off of turn 4 here, we have the 00 in the lead. The 7 and 60 falling back a bit, followed by the 22 and the 28 trailing behind that. Some contact coming into turn 1 between the 00 and the 7, pushing the 7 up the wall. Looks like the 60 is going to go down the track, and the order is going to remain the same. Looks like that 60 and the 7 are trying to make a move, and the 60 and the 7 wreck behind the 00. The 60 there not looking too good. Possibly 22 even getting caught up in the mix. Maybe even the 7. Let's take a look here at the cars. Appears as though the 22 and the 60 have stopped here. The back stretch. Some major damage here with the 60. Major front end damage with the 60. Alright, after all the pit stops and everything, we're going to have the 00 in first place, starting us off with the 28, the 22 followed by the 88, the 7, the 60, and then the number 7? I think there's 2 7s. And it looks like the number 28 is going to be taking third place. I believe there was another car bounced off the wall back there. Here we have a great view of the 00 and the 22 battling it out for first place, with that 28 coming up behind for third. You see him peek down. Going to be getting up close here with the 00, catching that draft, getting ready to possibly make a move coming around here on the back stretch, front stretch. Going high, he's going to lose some of that draft with 28 still catching that draft of the double zero. That 28 touching the number 4 there, pushing him out of the way. They're both going to lose the draft a little bit. No, they are going to be catching up here. 00 pulling away from the rest of the pack. Could be really good for him, but not so good for the others. They're going to have to work harder on these last laps to catch back up. Coming to the start-finish line here, we have the 00 followed by the 4, by the 60, followed by the 7, which is followed by the 28 and the 88. That 00 is still separated from the pack a little bit, the rest of the pack catching back up. Going into the backstretch here, looks like we have a move by the 7 to get past this 00 here. does not look like it's going to succeed, and it's going to be hard for that 7 to fall back into where he was, due to the 28 taking that second place spot. Number 7 is going to be forced to take that third place spot. They're going to race down the infield. Front stretch, whatever you want to say. Getting ready to go into turns 1 and 2. You have that 7 or 4. I cannot tell. No. The 00 and the 28 going to be still battling it out there to possibly switch it up. Get that 28 right in the back of the grill of that 00. They're going to be separating themselves from the rest of the pack, it looks like. All the rest of the cars are trying to look for an opening to make a pass on any of these people for a different position. And it looks like that number 4 car is going to be possibly making it by that 00. It's just going to be falling behind, and that 28 is going to be forced to go to the back of this pack. 00 going down there with no one there to push him. That number 4 is going to go right by him. As we're going to see here going into turns 3 and 4. The rest of the pack's just going to go right past him. He's trying to block that number 7 from taking that third place position from him. Going side by side racing here with the number 60, and I believe he took his first place position back, but it did not succeed. We're on the front stretch here. We have our new leader of what appears to be the number 4 of Tony. That 00 still duking it out with that number 60, trying to take that second place position, and he succeeds. The 60 of Cards dropping back to third place. Cards trying to make another move, being pushed by the 28, trying to get past that 00 and take back that second place position. You have the number 7 falling in behind in this pack, trying to help them push up. Cards falling back behind the 00, possibly trying to make a move with that side draft. Coming around to the front stretch here. Tony maintaining the lead, followed by that 00. Cards making another move on the 00. Does not succeed yet again. Stuck out there on that outside, possibly falling back behind the 7 here. That 28 trying to decide who he wants to pack up with. Cards going to be battling it out for third place now. Going to lose that battle. And the number 7 of Steven going to be taking that position. Your current line is Tony. Well, the 4 of Tony. The 00. The 7 Cards. And the number 28 there. Tony's separating himself from the rest of the drivers here. We've seen our plenty of switch ups here in this race so far. So we battle it out at the Firecracker 250. Some more intense pack racing going up here with the number 7 and of I believe is Trey, and well, not Trey, my bad. Anyways, the number 7 and 60 of Cards trying to make that battle for third place, failed yet again, and the lineup's going to change slightly, with the 28 taking third and the 7 taking fourth. See that 00 there looking on the inside of Tony, trying to take that first place position, also fails there. It's going to try and keep the rest of the pack separated from them. driving the 28 into the wall. The 28, the 60, and the 7 looked like they had some contact with the wall. 60 of cards taking 4th place. Now that 00 dipping into that yellow line, attempting to make something happen. Looks like he has just fallen to the back of the pack. The 28 taking 1st place. Number 4 and the 28 making some contact. The 28 backing down there to the end with some side-by-side racing going on between the 4, the 7, and possibly the 60 here, looking to make something happen. The 7 and the 60 are going to be passing up the number 4, taking 1st, 2nd, and then Tony in his number 4 car falling into 4th. We have the number 7 in 1st. We have the number 60 in 2nd, and the number 4 of Tony in 3rd. There's going to be some more side-by-side racing. 7 and the 4 are going to take 1st and 2nd place, with the 60 taking 3rd. Looks like another change up here, with the 4 trying to take back his 1st place position. The 60 going low of the number 7 and taking that 2nd place spot. Attempting to make something happen here, make a move on Tony. Does not look like it is going to succeed as they go into turns 3 and 4 here. We remain to see if the number 60's attempts here to get into 1st position will succeed. Coming off of 4th here, going into the front stretch. So that number 7 peeking the outside of the 60. Nothing happening there. The 7 and the 60 are going to be contact, trying to, well, the 60, that was the end of the race, I think. It's going to be a photo finish for 2nd there. Unless this could also be the end of a stage. Remains to be determined. Really need a way to figure out what lap we're on here. I believe it's the 1st place with the 4, 7 in 2nd place, and 3rd place of the 60 of cards. That 88 falling short today. Not as short as the 22, seems to have had some engine problems and gone back to the bay. Okay, that was the end of a stage. We have some more laps here to go. With the 4 taking 1st place, the 60 of cards taking 2nd place, the 7, the 28, and the 0, with the Hellman's 88 taking last. 1st place is going to go to Tony in that number 4 car. Looks like that number 7 car going to be taking 2nd place, possibly 3rd, as the 60 and 28 of, or that 60 of cards and the 28 pass up the 7. 7 still fighting to keep its position, but it's to no avail as he's still getting pushed further and further to the back of the pack. The 60 is going to be taking 1st place coming on to turn 3. '60 is going to be followed by the number 4 of Tony at 28 and the 7. Looks like Tony's going to have 2nd place and the 28 is going to have 3rd, with the 7 coming in 4th. Scraping that wall coming down the front stretch. Now the 7 and the 00 are going to be duking it out here for 4th place. They possibly may even be teaming up, trying to get up here to the rest of the pack so they can, someone can try and make a move for 1st here. Remains to be determined. That 28's going on the outside of the 60, possibly taking away 1st place for a little bit there. He's going to be stuck on the outside coming around turns 3 and 4. But he's going to maintain his position in 2nd place. Looks like Tony's making a move there on the bottom trying to take back that first position as well, but 4 and the 28 just find themselves battling out for second place, and we have 2 cars into the wall. That's going to be the number 7 and the 28 crashing at the end of the pit row there. Going back up here to the front, we now have the 60, the 4, and the 00 in first, second, and third, followed by the 28, the 88, and the 7. 7 falling all the way to the back of the pack, it looks like. See that 28 just trying to peek on the outside of Tony there, trying to see if he can possibly make a move there. Cars coming around here the front stretch. We have three cars in a tight pack formation. Could we see one of these 2 cars trying to take the position away from Cards anytime soon? We wait to see. Cards going high on, or to the middle of the track. You can see Card go left and right trying to block Tony from taking away his first place position, defending it tightly. Got the number 4 up in the 60s grill, just trying to catch enough draft to keep up and pass. We have the number 4 here, looks like he's going to be trying to take something, does not succeed. You can see that number 4 is still trying to peek out there on the outside of the 60, trying to get past him. That 00 following right behind the 4, just trying to stay up here with the pack. See that 4 peek again, peek left, thinking about going on the inside there. He's going to be going on the inside, but he's only going to find himself being separated from the rest of the pack instead. That 60's gaining some valuable time and positions there out in front. You can see the 28 trying to catch up with these 3 leaders here. Coming around the checkered line. You can see the 7 here still in the back of the pack, not making it any further than he already was. See the 28 here still trying to catch up, with the 8 just trying to catch up with the 28 again. Going back to the front of the pack here with the number 60. We can see the battle for first, second, and third is still going on. First place separating himself from second and third a little bit. Second and third possibly trying to pack up here to catch back up to him and pass him. You can see Tony go there on the bottom of the line. Going into turn 1 and 2 here. You can see the 60 continuing to separate himself from the rest of the pack. Second and third bunching up there a little bit, still staying a little bit separate. You can see some lap traffic of the number 7 coming up here. Could possibly throw a wrench in the mix here. All this will remain to be seen at the Firecracker 250. Coming back here, seems the 60 has himself a major lead. Followed by the 28, followed by the 88. Seems as though the 00 and the 4 could have possibly made a pit stop or wrecked. You can see the 60 here catching up with them even. Which begs the question, could we see the 60 coming into pit pretty soon towards the end of this race to possibly give him the little extra push he needs to keep or to win this race? This remains to be seen. 60 will continue on racing, coming to the checker line with no one in sight. 28 coming around. The 88 actually gaining on the 28 instead. We have a race between the 00 and the 7, or in the 4, for what I believe is possibly last. I don't have a ticker, so I don't necessarily know who's in what position. .60 coming up here around front stretch here, possibly even catching up to some lap traffic here, which would be the 7. Sounds like he could possibly be slowing down, maybe to come into pit here. Going high on turn 3 and 4. looking back here, still trying to figure out what everyone's position is. I believe the number 60 here is still in first. Could be wrong. Looking at all the cars here, we can see the number 7 heavily damaged with that left front tire even poking out of the body of the car. Some heavy damage on its side. The number 28, which is still looking pretty good, just came out of pit row in front of the number 60, as you may have seen. With the number 60 diving into pit row there. I am unaware of who that makes the race leader, which is now mixing things up for me and making things more difficult. See the 60 come out of pit row there and go down to the bottom and let the number 4 and 00 get past him. Keep him from having a wreck here. Still unaware of who's in first place here. Wondering if possibly the number 4 here is in the first place driver. And the assumption that he is, looks like he has himself a nice little clearance from the 00 and the 60. See him coming around here, heading into turns 1 and 2 as we speak. Sounding like that's possibly the end of the race. I believe that is the end of the race. Waiting and seeing what the results are. Alright, that was the end of the race. Let's wait and see what the results are here. Taking first place, we have Tony NASCAR 14. Second place, we have Harvick Pollock. Taking third, we have Steven Smith. Taking fourth, we have... Okay, and everyone left. Wait and see if we have a race results here coming in shortly. Once we get our results in here, then we will be done for the night. And the results have arrived. Give us a few minutes while we get to our results, and we will announce standings. Well, not the standings, but... So taking first place, we have Tony NASCAR 14. Second place, we have Harvick Pollock. Third place, we have Cards. Fourth place, we have Steven Smith with the number 7. Fifth place, we have Clapped Goblin with the number 88. Sixth place, we have Tret with the number 28. And seventh place, we have Trey with the 22, who did not finish. Thank you for joining us tonight on At the Limit Racing. I hope you enjoyed, and before we go, I'd like to say a few things. I'd like to thank At the League Racing for having me as their broadcaster. Also, go check out the Instagram At the League Racing Apparel, or At the League Racing League, or At the Line Racing League, and be sure to give them a follow. There you'll be able to keep up with whatever events may be going on with the league. If you'd like to join, contact either myself, Inspector Tyler, or Card 550 on PSN if you're interested in joining. Another thing I'd like to announce is I'd like to say that I plan on improving on this series many more times. This is my first stream with At the Line Racing. This is also my first time streaming on this account and doing something this important, so I hope they will be glad enough to have me back. That being said, thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Goodbye.